Welcome to Retro Toy Princess. I'm Allison Troy. Today, let's talk about Tung Lashor, creature with the venomous tongue. As a member of the Snake Men, who first appeared on toy shelves in 1986, he has appeared in several incarnations throughout the Masters of the Universe and Princess of Power franchise. We'll start today by taking a look at the Battle Ram blog. Battle Ram is my first stop for anything vintage Motu. Adam has compiled an amazing resource that is your best bet for finding comprehensive and accurate information on the internet about the vintage toy line and its roots. Released in 1986, Tung Lashor was developed by Ted Mayer. These designs were taken by Filmation and used on the Princess of Power television show, where Tung Lashor appeared as a member of the Evil Horde. It's notable that his original design is so different from the produced figure that it could be an entirely new figure. It also appears from other sketches at the same time. Mattel developed a gesture-type character they intended to share tooling with Tung Lashor. That character would go on to appear in the 52nd episode of the Princess of Power television series. Dubbed Acrobat, he appears in the episode The Wizard. During the development of the Snake Men, Tung Lashor was redesigned and released as part of the initial wave of Snake Men alongside King Hiss, Ratlor, and a repackaged Cobra Khan. Cobra Khan, who originally appeared in 1984 as an evil warrior, was moved over to the Snake Men faction and given new branding. Tung Lashor came at a time when Motu toys were at the height of their popularity and sales were very good. Thus, he had almost entirely new tooling. The only piece he shared with other figures was the furry trunks. Some of this was to accommodate his action feature. He had a dial on his back that extended a tongue in and out. This limited his articulation, and instead of having a posable head, his torso and head were a single piece. Only his arms, legs, and waist were articulated. Tung Lashor's tooling was not reused for any other figure in the vintage line, nor does it appear that any of his unique pieces were slated to be reused for the unproduced 1988 Lost Wave. The vintage Motu line ended in 1987 and was followed by the New Adventures of He-Man. Only He-Man and Skeletor were carried over into the New Adventures storyline. They were radically redesigned from their Masters of the Universe incarnations. Tung Lashor was not included in the New Adventures. There was a character, using the same name, who was included in the proposed Filmation follow-up to the original cartoon, revolving around the son of He-Man, but this would have been an entirely different character who only reused the name. In 2003, the Masters of the Universe franchise returned, and it was much closer to its roots. The new Mattel toy line, as well as Mike Young Productions cartoon, and the MV Creations comic book were all set on Eternio, with Prince Adam in the Masters of the Universe squaring off once again against Skeletor and his evil warriors. In Season 2, the Snake Men were reintroduced. Among them was Tung Lashor. Unfortunately, this incarnation, dubbed 2000X by fans, was not as successful as the original Motu and ended within a few years. The cartoon and toy line ended at the end of 2004, and the comic book ended in 2005. Tung Lashor's 2000X version did not appear in the Mattel toy line. However, from 2005 to 2007, toy company NECA released action figures, statue-like figures without articulation to help Motu fans complete their 2000X style collection. Tung Lashor was among the figures produced for this line. In 2008, Mattel brought Masters of the Universe back as a collector series distributed directly online through Mattel's online sales platform Matty Collector. Dubbed Mattel Classics, the series of figures ran from 2008 to 2020, with the first 7 years of production handled by Mattel themselves, and with boutique toy company Super 7 handling the line for its last 4 years. The first Tung Lashor in this line was released in 2014. Modeled primarily off his vintage look, he does not have the action feature, but does offer swappable heads to recreate it. Later, when Super 7 was producing classics, they introduced Club Grayskull. This was a line devoted to Filmation characters and variants of vintage characters in their Filmation designs. Tung Lashor was released in this line in 2018, featuring his Filmation look. He again came with a swappable head to replicate the action feature. Also, there were several unproduced Snake Men concepts for classics. Axel Jimenez developed a snake trooper similar to the one for the proposed 1988 canceled wave, but instead used the Tung Lashor Classics head repainted in blue. While there were 2 snake troopers, included was Slamurai in a Comic-Con exclusive 3-pack, both of those troopers included the Rattler head rather than one with Tung Lashor's head, leaving Axel's second proposed snake trooper unproduced. In 2019, Tung Lashor appeared in the Once Upon a Time in the Waste episode of the animated Sera and the Princesses of Power series from DreamWorks. However, he, like the majority of characters in the series, did not receive any sort of toy rendition, as Mattel released very few toys from the series. In 2020, Mattel began making Masters of the Universe figures again, and introduced the Origins line. This line featured vintage-style figures with modern posability. Origins Tung Lashor, like the Classics version, does not include the vintage action feature, but instead features a removable tongue that can be fit into a peg in his mouth to replicate the vintage extending tongue feature. But it did make the tooling for Tung Lashor reusable, opening the doors to several possible reuses. Among these is the new character Toxoid. Inspired by a snake man in the original Minicomic packaged with vintage King Hiss, Toxoid was designed by Axel Jimenez and is nearly entirely composed of Tung Lashor's tooling. He was even featured on the card back for the Mattel Creations exclusive Origins figure, Kolgar. The only non-Tung Lashor piece for this figure is the trunks from Origins King Hiss. Brightly colored Toxoid seems like an easy repaint of existing tools, and is shoe-in to appear as a pack-in figure or part of a multi-figure pack. With the announcement at 2023 San Diego Comic-Con of Mattel's Filmation line, made in the same scale and compatible tooling with Origins, a Filmation Tung Lashor seems like a solid inclusion. His appearance in Filmation is different enough that he is essentially a different character, and could even reuse existing tooling from Origins Skeletor. He does appear to have the monster arms in his Filmation design, as well as the monster feet on furry boots. He'd use a typical furry waist piece and standard chest, and the armor from an Origins Hordak could easily be molded in blue with the red Horde symbol on the chest. The only true tooling needed would be a head sculpt. Also, since the tooling from the Horde Trooper and Grizzler boots have already been used for the Snake Trooper, it would be easy enough to reissue the Snake Trooper but with Tung Lashor's head, and the blue deco as designed for Classics by Axel Jimenez. Also making it seem like a better than average possibility is the fact that the recent Snake Man 4-pack, which featured 3 Snake Men Kit Bash from Rattler and Cobra Khan figures, did not feature any tooling from Tung Lashor, leaving 2 of these Snake Men using Rattler heads molded in different colored plastic. It does seem possible that Filmation Tung Lashor and a second Snake Trooper could be made by Mattel. But as always, this is just speculation on my part. The second Snake Trooper is such an easy design that I decided to make my own custom of it. The difference between my custom and Axel's design is that I went for a brighter, more cobalt shade of blue, and added some hot pink spots to his snout. I also gave him red-orange eyes. That way, if Mattel does release a second design of the Snake Trooper at some point, my custom is still unique enough to sit on the shelf with any other Snake Troopers that may be released. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like, and if you'd like to see more of these type of videos in the future, definitely subscribe. Feel free to share your comments on any ideas you have for other uses for the Origins Tung Lashor tooling. Until next time, this is Allison Troy, Retro Toy Princess. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.